Hey friends, imagine living in a place where it hasn't rained for 3 whole years. The ground is cracked like a broken plate. Flowers are gone, rivers are just dusty lines on the earth. That's exactly what was happening in the land of Israel a very long time ago. The people had forgotten about the one true God and started worshipping a pretend god named Baal. They thought Baal could send rain, but he couldn't do anything because he wasn't real. So God sent a brave prophet named Elijah to tell the king, "No rain is coming until God says so." Now Elijah needed a safe place to hide. Because the king was angry, first God kept him safe by a little stream with birds bringing him food every day. But then even that stream dried up. One day, God gave Elijah the most surprising instructions ever. God said, "Elijah, get up and go to a town called Zarephath. It's actually in another country, the home country of wicked Queen Jezebel. But don't worry, I've already told a widow there to take care of you." A widow is a woman whose husband has died. And this widow was poor, really poor. But Elijah trusted God completely, so off he went. When he reached the gate of the little town, he saw a tired woman picking up sticks. A small boy walked beside her, holding her hand. Elijah said, "Hi there, could you please bring me a little water to drink?" She nodded and started walking to get it without even complaining, even though she was exhausted. As she walked away, Elijah called out, "And would you bring me a piece of bread too?" And her eyes filled with tears. "Sir, I promise in the name of your God that I don't have any bread. All I have is a tiny bit of flour in the bottom of a jar and a few drops of oil. I'm gathering these sticks to make one last little meal for me and my son. After that we'll have nothing left, and we'll die." Can you imagine how heavy her heart felt?
We have almost nothing. It's all we could gather.
Elijah looked at her with kind eyes and said the most surprising words.
"Do not fear. Bake for me first."
Don't be afraid. Go home and do what you planned. But first, please make a tiny loaf of bread for me. Then make some for you and your son. Because here's what the Lord says. Your jar of flour will not run out, and your jug of oil will not run dry until the day I send rain again. The widow could have said, "Are you crazy?" But something about Elijah's voice made her trust him and trust his God. So she went home and did exactly what he asked. And guess what? Every single day, when she reached into the jar, there was more flour. When she poured the oil, there was more oil, just enough for that day. God kept his promise. The three of them, Elijah. The widow and her little boy ate together every day like a little family. The widow started smiling again. Her son laughed and played. Life felt good. Then one morning something terrible happening. The little boy was running around, happy as could be. Suddenly he stopped. He grabbed his chest. He fell to the ground. His mom rushed to him, shaking him gently. "Baby, wake up. Please wake up." But he didn't move. He wasn't breathing. The boy she loved more than anything was gone. The widow carried her son upstairs to the room where Elijah was staying and laid him on the bed. Tears were pouring down her face. "What did I do wrong, man of God? Did you come here to punish me for my sins by taking my son away?" Elijah's heart broke for her. He had grown to love this little family too. Then Elijah did something very brave. He talked to God like a friend who was hurting. Elijah crying out loud, stretching his body over the boy 3 times. Lord my God, this widow has opened her home to me. Please, please let this boy's life come back into him. The room was quiet, so quiet. Then a tiny breath, then another. The boy's eyes fluttered open. Elijah laughed and cried at the same time. Up and carried him. Look, your son is alive. The widow ran and grabbed her boy so tight.
I now know your God is the true God.
She hugged him and kissed his face over and over. In that little house, in a country far from Israel, God showed his love and power in the most amazing way. He saw a hurting mom who had almost nothing left. He fed her when no one else could. And when the very worst thing happened, he brought back life.